Hey everybody, me Bryson Booker here with two vintage tech reviews. Well, one of them is kind of modern, but it looks vintage. We have here some vintage, it has to be either 1960s, 1970s AVES D-1000 headphones made in Japan. And we'll get into these in a bit. You got your quarter-inch cables. And this is the modern but old school looking radio-like Honey Tone guitar amplifier from Danelectro. And we'll get into that in a little bit too. So first let's start with the headphones. These headphones were taken from a school. Well, shouldn't say taken. I didn't steal them, but I found them and I was doing some snooping around in a different room that's by my game room at the Harvey Bricks Foundation. Found these guys laying on the floor. This side was actually broken. I put some white tape on that. It's kind of coming off now, but to keep that cup on here. Um, yeah, but these were originally used for tape recorders. Um, as you know, they still do it in schools. Um, They use a tape recorder pretty much for reading. You could listen to stories on these headphones. And you got these plastic like cups here. If I press down, the air is actually, there's air in these. Kind of fake a little bit. The inside, probably can't see the inside. Oh, yeah, you can. You see that little grill there? Now that's supposed to be the speaker. And there is a freaking tiny speaker in those headphones. I don't think you can see it now. There's a freaking tiny speaker in that headphones. And a freaking tiny speaker delivers freaking tiny sound. But, yeah, it's true. They do deliver, they don't, I really wasn't expecting much from these because, like I said, they're old school. These guys are from, like, either the 60s or the 70s. So, of course, you're not going to get a lot of bass. It's kind of going to sound like an old television. And, that's exactly what they sound like. They got the head adjusters right here. So you can adjust them on your head. Here's the school they originally belonged to. If you live in the Chicagoland area, Joliet area, Gompers Middle School, Gompers Junior High, that's in the Joliet area. So these actually belonged to Gompers back in the day. Once again, you got your quarter-inch cable, not the cables that you can find on normal headphones today, but quarter-inch cables went into your tape recorders back then, your record players if you wanted to listen to music on those, and other vintage radios and things like that had quarter-inch cables for specific headphones like these. And yes, the vocals are very clear. Once again, the bass is kind of rusty. You kind of have to position this cord a certain way for these to work, or else they'll sound like crumbly type. So you probably have to position it like this going into your device to make them work. But anyway, that's those. And now let's get to the other product, this guitar amplifier. Once again, this is probably released in like 2007, 2008. Got it for a Christmas gift. Wanted me a practice amp, and this is the best we could get. It does clip on your waist. It's fairly big for a practice speaker. Normally, speakers like this are like smaller. Like take a little like mini Fender Blues amp. That's only like you can pick that up in your hand and like hold it. This you kind of have to. This is kind of hefty, and that's because I think in here they did put some tubes. Take a closer look here. See if I see any. Don't see any tubes. It is vented. It has a fairly large speaker inside. You can't see in there. I was trying to look for the tubes because this does have some warm tones, and that's why they call it honey tone. Weird name, but the sound on this amplifier is very rich and warm, and it looks like a vintage amplifier. I mean, just look at it. It looks like an old-fashioned radio. Got a little handle right here. Takes batteries. Takes 1 9 volts. I don't have a battery in it right now, but when I did, I played it often. It has some really good tones on it. On the top, you have all your controls. You have your off and on and volume. You have your tone control and your overdrive. Those are the only three. Oh, and your power light and input. Those are the only three controls, and three is enough because this thing can push out some power. It claimed on the box that it was louder than in any other amp, mini amp, miniature amp on the market, and which is sort of true. It is. I mean, you can probably play this thing in like a. You can probably like fill a room with this loudspeaker amplifier. It came in different colors. This is just like light blue, but it also came in black, red, light yellow, green, all those different colors. Once again, this is by Danelectro. Once again, still around. They still make miniature amplifiers and guitars and effects. Nice, warm tone, vintage tone that you can only get from an amp like this. On the side, you got your headphone jack and your DC 9-volt power adapter cable. So this is it. My reviews on two vintage products. Although I don't know if one is modern, but it looks vintage. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and more tech reviews coming soon. Thanks for watching.